Edward Snowden is free this morning, and U.S. officials are angry. The decision is being called a disgrace and a slap in the face of all Americans. The NSA leaker got permission to leave Moscow's international airport yesterday after nearly 6 weeks in limbo.
His lawyer says Russia has given Snowden asylum for 1 year, and that could be extended. It's unclear where Snowden is now staying.
A White House spokesman says President Obama is extremely disappointed and is rethinking plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow next month. Bob Schieffer is chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation. He's here in Studio 57. Bob, good morning.
Good morning.
So this puts the White House in a pretty tough spot. President Obama, can he go forward with a meeting with Putin after this slap in the face?
Well, I think it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think, quite frankly, the White House hasn't made a final decision on this. Obviously, they are thinking about it. I mean, this thing with Putin, there are so many things the United States and Russia could be working on together now. And it's, Russia really doesn't have a lot going for it these days. I mean, they have oil production and all that. There's not much of a way they can leverage the United States. But it's almost as if Putin now has sort of adopted a Hugo Chavez sort of strategy. Mentality. We'll just keep poking our finger in the eye of the giant to show everybody we're big and tough.
So, Bob, is Putin mad at the U.S. or mad at Obama?
I don't know. It's very difficult, and I think within the government, people are not sure if this is something. I mean, obviously, it's for more than personal reasons, but is this some sort of a calculated strategy?
Well, Schumer said it was like a stabbing in the back, but it feels more like a stabbing in the chest, frankly. Yeah. I mean, it's frontal.
It's just like tormenting, the little guy kind of tormenting the big guy to see if he'll do something. And
why do you say it's clearly more than personal reasons? Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, why is he doing it? Mm-hmm. I mean, there must be some reason. I mean, this is pretty serious stuff we're talking about here. Why would he, just to do something personal, why would he do this? I think it's more of a strategy to try to show folks, look, we're big and tough and we're not scared of these guys.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it'll affect?
It's almost like a high school kind of scenario.
It feels like 7th grade. Do you think it'll affect U.S. participation in the Olympics?
And not at this point. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I mean, we canceled the Olympics one time when Jimmy Carter was president. That didn't work out all that well.
Right. So Congress has gone now on a 5-week vacation with once again not completing their work.
How do we know they're gone?
Right. Has anyone noticed? Without completing, a number of things to do, including funding the government.
Well, we're going to have another of these big shut down the government battles come September. They left without working out a plan to keep the government running past September, and it just goes on and on and on. Congress's rating, its approval rating, is now down to 17%. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the question I have is, why aren't they embarrassed about it? Yeah. I mean, how would you feel if you found...
There is no sign, Bob, that there's any kind of a deal in the works when they come back. I mean,
No. I mean, this is all still to be worked out, and you just wonder how long can this go on? And what you have now, you have these districts where in so many of them, there's an overwhelming majority of Republicans in some districts. It's an overwhelming majority of Democrats in another district. They don't have to think of the national picture. All they have to think about is pleasing those folks back home. On immigration, for example, where you have so many of these Republican districts where there's so few Hispanics in the district, it's very easy to vote against every reform on immigration. Mm-hmm. If they vote for immigration reform, they almost certainly will get an opponent in the upcoming Republican primary next year.
Right. So. Doesn't bode well for the fall, does it?
Our politics is broken. Yeah. It is broken. It is not almost broken. It is broken. And that's where we are right now.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, Bob Schieffer.